shot at me, I don't think not only you're an asshole, but I vision your whole team or your company or maybe your country are just a couple of assholes. That's the way people work. It's also about to make sure if your management in great contact. For example, I know a lot of projects where the CIO meets the director of this software company, they get along great, they play golf, they like the same food, they have funny jokes and stuff like that. They can relate to each other, but the rest of the team, the relationship is sour. And you need great KPIs, but at the end of the day, the controllers, the CFOs, they just look to the scorecard. So if the KPI is just lower the cost, the supplier doesn't care, because if it's, for example, it's user satisfaction important, that's a very important KPI for running a system. Like Intel, you have this very simple KPI. 80% of all the business executives have to view IT as a strategic business partner. 80%, a very simple question, and it makes sure that IT understands the business, invests enough into the business. It's a very simple KPI, but someone has to make a decision to use this KPI. Other questions?
A change in on the customer, for example, a relation between their IT department and their marketing departments.
Yeah.
We are collaborating with their IT department, Sweat, for example. And it would be fine to get them closer, their marketing department with the business owner, with their own IT department. Because lots of conflicts are hidden there.
Yes.
How we can influence them from outside?
Yeah, for example, if from the IT department at Sweat, now what are the biggest 2 or 3 problems that the marketing department faces? For example, one of them is if a customer ends a subscription, then there's no data available or to have a new offer made to that customer. Or we don't know how much we're losing, so they don't have enough information in the CRM system to make sure they can lower their churn rate, so the amount of people that desubscribe.
Yeah, no, we are working on that.
So maybe is there something that you know, or you can figure out together with the IT department and the help of one guy from the marketing department that really cares about maybe this killer application could help. For example, there's a large Sonepar Technische Unie is a wholesaler in construction material. So you can, if you have a building company, you buy things there. And everybody was using an e-portal like e-commerce, and you will order all the stuff, but that wasn't the real problem. And they thought by going using e-business, turnover would go up. It wasn't. It even was going a little bit down. So the IT department sat together with his 2 sales guys and said, "What's actually the problem?" Well, actually the problem is that if someone orders all the building material, you can't link that to the ERP system. So you buy a lot of stuff, but you have to put it into the project management system, so it will be on the invoice for the customer for creating this building or building a new office premises. So they figured if you can make a link to the e-business system to all the ERP systems used by the construction industry, it will help them not only by buying the stuff from us, but also doing the administration and making sure helping them manage. And then the IT department did a very bold statement. We think this will help create a competitive advantage. They created this system and it worked. Within 1 year, they won 10% market share, 10%, in a very highly competitive market. So suddenly the IT department and their IT supplier were considered champions. And suddenly the CIO was a friend. And suddenly sales guys were bringing an IT guy to the customer, said this guy knows everything about IT and ERP systems and the building industry. So it's considered to be an asset, not a liability. But someone within the IT department and some created a team and said, how can we really turn this relationship? And it's different. Normally in relationship, people start treating only small problem, small problem. It's the same as in marriage. You have a discussion with your wife, and she says you doesn't really take care. You doesn't do enough at home. You just do the dishes that night. So you take care of that problem just for that day. But you don't solve the problem on the long term.
By washing machine.
Maybe if you tell your lover more, then easy. Maybe she just.
But finally, you have to prove. You have to start somewhere. If I compare some customers we have, I can get in with a nice story about relationship management and how we look at it, but finally you should start somewhere.
You should
It starts with small things and prove that you can do it, and then you, hey, they give you more, they give you more, they give you more, and suddenly you get closer. You don't directly get to the business, you get closer to the business because they allow you there. It's the soul and the heart of the system. They don't allow a stranger directly to touch. But so in the relationship we have, because we only have long-term relationship with customers, otherwise we don't even start the project. So it works.
If you ask a CFO IT application, they never consider SAP or very large system, only the small system. I like this application. That's only a small application, but it touches their heart, their mind, and especially their wallet. And especially the wallet. You can say IT is important. They can understand that. That's to be also a mindset. But you have to make it till you touch their wallet. Do they have more customers? Do they have a higher turnover? Do they have a lower churn rate? That's the real business problem. Find out the real problem. And you only start with 1 or 2 of those small projects. And then you have to celebrate that. IT guys are not really good in celebrating success. At sales, there are a lot of sales awards. If the sales guy has the best sales pitch and they have a party, they go out for drinks. IT guys never do that. They go out for drinks. They're going to celebrate this great project. They never have internal awards. It's very funny. IT people like to blame themselves. It's very funny. Sales guys never. They have a very short memory. They tend to forget things. But they have an easier life and they make more money.
Future in IT is the future of small and medium companies, or
for Romania?
For Romania.
Yes. Definitely.
Define small.
Yes. If you're an ape or a monkey, you're never going to make love to an elephant. Don't try it. You will be squeezed. Stick to your kind.
Yes, but it's not possible that do outsourcing, to say. It's not possible that they not choose a small company because they don't have a great portfolio.
If you have a lot, smaller sections like the Rabobank, it's a very large bank. Cor knows the bank. It's an awful organization to do business with. But Rabobank International is a separate entity. So they don't feel and don't smell like Rabobank, so they're independent. And they can do business with a smaller company. So it's not just the size of the company with the logo, but also what kind of department is it. You want to do with entrepreneurial companies. If you're a contractor or subcontractor, if you do business with Siemens and they start outsourcing and a large chunk is going to China, a large chunk is going to India, some Poland, you guys get only 1% of the project or the project budget, you don't consider it to be important. How much success you will have, you could be great, you could be very successful, but they don't notice it. You don't have a very substantial portion of the success. It's focus, and it's the same as the advantage of a Western country like the Netherlands is we have a lot of companies in the Fortune 500. So it's easier for us to have a large domestic market. You don't have the luxury of having a large domestic market for the next 5-6 years. So you have to focus on mid-size. And mid-size enterprise, we talk about 5,000, 10,000 employees. Well, that's big in my opinion. We consider it small to be, still to be a mid-size enterprise.
It's really also difficult to predict. For example, in India you have Tata, and first they built the IT systems for the West European banks, and now Tata says, we know so much about banking, why don't we start our own bank?
Yes, and suddenly they start competing with their own customer.
And they don't have legacy systems, so everything they build is web-based, there's no legacy, there's no mainframe in the basement, so they really have
to gain advantage because our economy was down.
Unique way of recovery.
What? It's our way of recovery.